I like Italian food almost as much as Hungarian food, David.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, very close, very close. That might explain why I have a big belly.
Mm-hmm.
You have a big belly because you think eating's a contest, John.
No, it's Robert Weaver who wins that one.
Robert Weaver?
Yeah, he ate $43 worth of snacks right in front of my eyes.
I heard you can see him getting bigger by the minute.
You can not only see him getting bigger by the minute, but you can see 100-pound wrecking balls on his back.
Oh dear God. What are those, tumors?
He actually is so depressed that he eats.
Ah.
Yeah, I figured it out. I'm the psychiatrist now.
Comforting.
I don't go to a psychiatrist anymore, Tammy. I gave it up.
What do they know?
About 4 years ago, I gave it up.
What do they know?
I said, I don't need it. I got a good brain. What do I need a psychiatrist?
You don't need a mental health
I
professional.
don't need anybody telling me I'm nuts when I know they're more nuts.
You don't need a qualified professional telling you what to do.
I should have him on the couch.
You should have him on a couch.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does he know?
We'll see what you think about that, Mr. India, Mister.
College boy.
India, Mister. These people, they don't know what I like in the food. Love imitating Indian.
I'm sure they love it too.
Would you like a bagel with that? Would you like some cream cheese and?
You know, there's a lot of famous and very, very rich and powerful Indians, eh?
Oh, of course.
And
There's
very
even
smart.
a comedian from Canada that's from India.
And there's a lot of scientists and researchers that are Indian.
Oh, of course. You mean like some kind of a rocket ship engineers or something?
Do you know India started their own nuclear program? They're
Yes.
the fourth largest nuclear
They're
power
the
in the
fourth
world.
largest. And who would be third? China?
And they don't get like that by being stupid.
Who's second? Russia?
Russia's first.
Russia's first before the U.S. even?
Yeah.
Oh, we're in trouble.
No, I think the Americans have more.
I think the Americans must have more.
Mm-hmm.
There's no freaking way that they'll be outdone by anybody.
Not by the.
You know why they feel that they won't be outdone by anybody?
Why?
Because it says on their money, "In God we trust."
God bless.
There you go. You know what? I'm in total agreement with that part of them. You got that right.
I don't know how they live with themselves.
Yeah, I know. It's like they're almost like Indian givers of God.
How do they live with themselves?
Indian givers from God. There's a very religious woman I know, Tammy, and she's very beautiful. And I talk with her every chance I get.
What's her name?
Her name is Sabrina. A
Sabrina.
beautiful name for a beautiful woman.
And where does she
And
work?
she's Italian.
Where does she work?
She is the evangelist at Beacon Baptist Church on Chaffee Street off of Ontario Road.
Isn't she married?
She, in fact, is.
And that's the one you chosen to woo?
No, I love Angela.
Oh, okay.
I'm still hooked on Angela and always will be. And I would be very nice to her 12-year-old daughter.
Have you wooed?
I don't mean any sick stuff.
Have you
I would
wooed-
be very kind to her daughter.
I'm
shouldn't
glad
even
you
say
clarified that.
because
It didn't
those-
sound very good.
I wouldn't do nothing like that, so why should I even mention it?
No.
Shut up. Shut up, boy, shut up. I have to tell myself to shut up sometimes.
Have you wooed Angela lately?
Let's just say that she said to me, pray for us.
Pray for us sinners now and at the hour.
I don't know if she meant pray for all of us or pray for the two of us.
Just you.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Well, she likes you.
Well, in
You're a good
fact,
guy.
yeah, we get along really good when we talk.
That's good.
Yeah.
Just remember to keep it respectful.
But she once heard an earful when I was in the bus terminal and she was in the driver's lounge, and she heard everything I said nice about her. I must have said about 20 nice things about her.
Good for you.
Yeah, she heard it all.
That's some fine wooing.
That's good wooing.
Mm-hmm.
It's tricky wooing, but it's worth it. There was nothing underhanded about it. I didn't even know she was in there
Good.
until later.
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling other people how much I was crazy about her. That's all.
You're a true Lothario.
But I have known her since just 2 years after I've known Una and Dwayne. I've known her since 2007. 15 years, Tammy.
It's a miracle.
She's been she might be retiring for all I know. 15 years is a long time driving a bus.
Now she's not married, is she?
No, her husband passed away about 3 years ago.
Oh, good. I mean,
good.
good for you, not for her. That's
Oh,
probably.
good.
I'm sorry for your
I can't
loss.
believe my ears, Debbie. Oh, good.
I'm sorry for her loss.
I'm sorry for my friend Debbie's sister Alana's husband dying.
Oh, God bless.
You know what happened? He was drunk and he fell down the stairs, broke his neck, and not only that, but had nerve damage, brain damage, the whole thing. In other words, he used to throw his food at the walls. He used to fall off the bed.
Who hasn't done that?
He used to rip out his IV.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good. No, that's not pushing it too far. When you're doing that, you're past the line. You went over the line. No, they're not gonna. The nurses and doctors are not gonna find that too funny.
No.
No. They got their jobs to do, doctors and nurses, and I admire them for what they do.
Oh, I was very disheartened.
I admire nurses and doctors because they are very good people.
Nurses and doctors are the backbone of our community.
They're the backbone of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And surgeons especially. I mean, those guys, I don't even want to cut into flesh. I don't know how they do it. Those men are amazing. I mean, it's almost like God gave them a great gift and they're using it.
Mm-hmm. It truly is a
I'll tell
miracle.
you, they got more guts than I do. I wouldn't have the guts to rip somebody's guts open.
Blessed be.
I don't have the guts to rip up open guts. No, I saw a pig being gutted. I mean, throat slit and all the blood rushing out. I saw a cow get shot in the head.
I once bit a goat.
I had a tarantula crawl all over me, and I didn't mind. It didn't bother me. It didn't bite me or nothing.
It didn't.
And then I saw the tarantula get out of itself. It's like there were two of it. One dead, one alive. But the alive one was all wet. Wet and hairy.
His soul was reborn.
Yeah. He molted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he molted.
Molted his skin.
Molto Mario.
Molto dente.
Molto Mario. He was a big guy, Molto Mario. Good guy must weigh 400 pounds. He's as big as big. Oh, Big Ed actually lost a fair bit of weight.
Ed is doing amazing in his weight loss.
Yes, but I do find it disheartening when I hear him say that he talks about suicide.
Yeah,
That's very disheartening.
we love
He's
Ed.
a good man.
Ed is a really
he's a
good guy.
man, very good man.
We love Ed.
He's a man of this society.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a really good heart,
Yes, he means very well.
and he's doing so well in his weight loss.
He's doing better than I am.
You're a fat pig.
I learned it from Robert Weaver.
No, you're doing all right.
No, but you know what, I told Mike T. Collins, I said that now that Robert Weaver's out of the picture, because I told him I don't want to see him again.
Isn't Mike the one that's trying to get your dinky?
He is the one that when he first saw me, he was galloping across, like almost prancing his way across the street with a big smile on his face. I almost shit myself right then and there.
And what did he do to you?
The first time I saw the fucker.
What did he say? What did he say to you?
Only in my lifetime.
Oh my God.
My life is insane.
So what did he say to you? What was his first words to you?
No, I have no idea.
Oh dear
No
Lord.
idea. I was just still stunned about how he pranced across the road, like on Division Street, right near West Main.
My Lord.
God help me. You know, Tammy, that's been my problem all my life. Men hitting on me. I've had more men hit on me. No, that's not true. When I was young and up till I was about 30, I had lots of girls
And
and young ladies.
then at 30 the men started.
No, actually, when I was about, let me see, I was about maybe 14, and a 21-year-old gentleman drove me out to Wellandport and he wanted me to suck it. So I said, no, thank you. And then he tried to suck mine, but it didn't work. It didn't get hard.
You couldn't get hard. You were only 14. It was,
doesn't matter. I wasn't too thrilled about it.
you shouldn't be getting into strange men's cars.
Yeah, but I knew the guy.
You knew who he was?
Yes, I knew who he was.
Get out. Who
Yes.
was he?
That's correct. His name was Luke. Don Luke.
Don Luke.
Don Luke.
Don Luke tried to get your ding ding.
Don Luke wanted me to puke.
Oh dear Lord.
And then there was a time when I moved from where I lived all my early life till I was 20 on Woodcroft Crescent, when I moved to First Avenue. About a week after I moved in there, this guy kept calling me saying, I want to suck your cock, John. He even knew my name. I said, what the fuck is this? I said, I don't want you to call again here. And he kept calling about 12 times, then he finally gave up. Because the last time I told him I was going to break his neck if he came over.
I don't like the tone of your voice. Is that what he
I'll
said?
break your goddamn neck if you come over here. You're not going to suck my dick. I'm going to sock you.
How does that even happen?
Because even in the 70s, people were sick.
I thought
Wow.
gayness started
Well.
in the 80s.
That's news. Yeah, there were a lot of wacko people in this. What about Julius Nancy, a fellow Hungarian, locks me in his closet in his house at lunchtime and lets me out when he gets out of school. He locked me in his closet. Black, no lights on, dark, total darkness for about 3 hours.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
What did he tell you?
He had the worst breath, by the way, that I've ever smelled on a human being.
He got close enough to smell your
well,
breath?
he was holding me, like bringing me into his house, and his breath smelled like he had literally just eaten about a pound of shit.
How? Oh my God! How old were you?
I was about maybe 9, and he was 11.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Don't brush your fucking teeth now.
Before you try to molest me, you brush your teeth before you try to molest me. When I get molested, I want my
If you're gonna lock
molester
me in that closet,
I want fresh
I want to
teeth.
smell a fresh breath.
breath off you bastard! Wow,
Some people's
Sorry to
kids,
laugh.
some people's kids are too much.
Don Luke.
And a Hungarian yet. I couldn't freaking believe it. No, some of the people I've known in my life just way too funny. It's so funny. It should have been my whole life should be about 25 movies.
I don't know how funny that is, John.
Yeah, I know, but
He was trying to molest you.
yeah. But no, I wasn't gonna put up with it. No.
You ran off, right?
No, I just stood up for him.
Oh, good.
Stood up to him. Yep. Too bad I couldn't hold a cigarette.
It happens.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. But when I light the wrong end of a cigarette, I'm not too thrilled.
Oh, that's the worst.
You know, especially when you burn too much of the filter in, and you have to cut the whole filter off and smoke it without a filter.
How does it happen?
Well, it happens because I've been smoking almost 50 years.
Oh, John.
No, I'll lower it. I'm like, ah, shit, and I'll put it out.
Yeah. I'll just leave it. Yeah, if it does that, I'll just leave the freaking thing and have another one. Yeah. You know, there's always one more where that came from.
One more for the road.
One more. One good turn deserves another.
Mm-hmm.
One good toke deserves another. Well, I do feel better from the weed, like more jolly.
You are jolly.
Jolly.
I think
The Jolly Green Giant.
Are fat people supposed to be jolly?
As a matter of fact, we are, and I'm a chip off the old block because my dad had an even bigger stomach than I did.
And he was jolly as all fuck.
And he was only 5'6", I'm 5'9" and 6'10", so there's quite a height difference.
You couldn't cram more jolly in a man.
See, my dad looked up to me because I was taller than him.
That's funny. He looked up to you because you were taller than him. That's funny, John.
Yeah, that's quite like a, what do they call that? A witticism. Yeah.
No witticism.
Witticism.
You're so eloquent, John.
Let's just say I know the English language inside and out, frontward, backward, up and down, over and under. Because I have taken a lot of schooling. I went to 2 colleges. I took 2 courses after college. I graduated from high school, which I was proud of.
You're very verbose.
Nothing wrong with graduating.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was proud of me for graduating. So was my mother.
You are verbose.
Yes. This one woman was hitting me because she thought I was going to become a doctor or a surgeon, doctor or a lawyer.
And she was hitting you for that?
In a bar.
Hitting on you.
No, hitting me. Literally
Hitting
hitting me with her fist on my shoulder. Not hard.
John.
No, she was just disappointed. She thought, what am I doing in a bar when I should have been a surgeon?
Right. Dr. John.
Dr. John, there is a guy with that name.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the right place, but it must have been a wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
The man's not black, though, but he sure can sound it.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Louisiana, though, New Orleans.
Yep.
His real name is Mac Rebenak. Well, the funniest name I ever heard was Lemmy Kilmister. Lemmy Kilmister. The first name Lemmy, L-E-M-M-E, L-E-M-M-E, and then K-I-L-M-I-S-T-E-R. Kilmister. What a hell of a last name, Kilmister. And he fronted, the Motorhead.
Mm-hmm.
No, Motorhead. The Ace of Spades.
Yep.
I saw them live, Motorhead, and it looked like unseen winds were blowing his hair back. He was singing so loud into the mic.
They had fans, John.
They had fans. It looked like unseen winds blowing his hair. Yeah, but I was high on acid, so it seemed that way. And I also, and a nice black guy comes up to me, and he said, "You want to smoke a couple of black hash joints with me?" I said, "Are you kidding? Of course. I'm high on acid. I could use a little treat." That is like candy. Smoking black hash after doing acid. It's like candy, all right. You don't believe it. It's nice, though, certainly. Always nice to smoke black hash.
It's hardest.
No, why is... I was just asking Ralph that yesterday, and he never answered me. But why is it that if marijuana is legal, why isn't black hash legal when it's made from marijuana?
Because you touched yourself as a child.
Oh, I knew that was the reason. I should have known it.
You shouldn't have touched yourself as a child.
Now, what is that Paul always says to me? He said, I had a cigarette once, and I said to him, I should have known it. It's like we do a comedy routine. We get along so good.
This is my wife's TARDIS.
Poor Paul, though, he does have a bit of brain damage because he was only a half a pound at birth. A bit, because he was only a half a pound at birth.
That boy
And
had
he
a whole-
said that God never did anything for him. I said, you were a half a pound at birth and you're still alive to talk about it. I think he did enough for you. He did more for you than he ever did for me. But I'm not complaining because he does things for me that he would never do for him.
Who?
My friend Paul.
Mm-hmm.
God does things for me he would never do for my friend Paul.
That's because your friend Paul's a sinner.
That, and not only that, but he's not as deserving. See, God helps me because I live by myself. Oh, not exactly. I do have my lovely marshmallow.
Pork chop.
Pork chop. Hey, I'll have to give her some applesauce. Then she can be pork chops and applesauce.
Mm-hmm. Mint jelly's good.
Oh, have you ever had pheasant under glass with mint jelly?
Oh, sure.
Oh, that's bad.
We always have that.
Have you ever had wild boar meat? It's the leanest meat there is. There's no
Oh,
fat
yeah.
whatsoever.
So much we get
Yeah,
sick of it.
really. It's a wild boar. It's a male pig.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah. And they also have sharp
Yeah.
teeth. And
Tusks.
yeah, and I wouldn't want a dog to match up with it.
Mm-mm.
The dog would lose.
Mm-hmm.